Kind of happy about just, the way it was driving and everything. Unfortunately, had a penalty there on pit road and just got back in traffic. And
Chase Elliott arrived in Las Vegas calm, confident, and ready to fight for his playoff future. Backed by one of the best pit crews in NASCAR, he looked set for a strong run, maybe even a win. But what happened next caught everyone off guard. One small mistake, one loose tire on pit road, and everything fell apart. In just a few moments, Elliott's playoff hopes went from promising to hanging by a thread. Coming into the race, Elliott had reason to feel good. He qualified fourth, a strong start on a track where positioning matters. His Hendrick Motorsports 9 Chevy was dialed in, and Elliott himself said the balance felt great early in the run. "I thought it was going pretty good for a little while at least. Started the day strong. Thought we had our balance in a really good spot," Elliott explained in his post-race interview. "Everything looked promising until stage 2.
He stops in his box, a little long still. That's happened twice. You see the tire rolling to the front. Well, it turns and keeps rolling, well into the next pit box, and then it takes another crew member to stop it.
That's when it happened. During a scheduled pit stop, Elliott's pit crew made a stunning error. A tire rolled into an adjacent pit stall, an automatic penalty in NASCAR's rulebook. The result? A stop-and-go penalty that sent Elliott around the track and back into the pits, effectively shattering his track position and momentum. The frustration was immediate. Elliott went from potential race winner to a backmarker stuck in dirty air, struggling with balance and making split-second decisions that didn't pan out. "Unfortunately, we had a penalty on pit road. Just got back in traffic. I needed something pretty different, balance-wise, to be good back there. I probably missed a little bit on my first read," he admitted.
Everything, unfortunately, had a penalty there on pit road and just got back in traffic and I needed something pretty different, balance-wise to be good back there. And, I probably missed a little bit on my first read. And
with only a handful of pit stops remaining and limited chances to make the right adjustments, Elliott was forced into reactive mode. He called it as he saw it, couple of bad decisions on that last restart. Unfortunately, got us a bad result. 18th place. A devastating outcome for a driver who had been in the hunt for the win just hours earlier. But the worst part wasn't just the finish, it was the bigger picture. That result dropped Elliott to 6th in the playoff standings, 23 points below the cut line. Only 8 drivers remain, and just 4 make it to the championship round in Phoenix. Unless something drastic happens in the next 2 races, Elliott is staring down elimination. The road ahead is brutal. Next up is Talladega, a wildcard race if there ever was one. It's fast, it's chaotic, and it's notorious for ending championship hopes in an instant. A driver can lead 99% of the laps and get caught in a wreck with 1 turn to go. Elliott knows this better than most. "It is what it is," he said bluntly. "Everybody's got to go to Dega, so you better learn to like it real quick because it will be here soon."
Oh, yeah, I feel fine. I mean, it is what it is. Everybody's got to go, so you better learn to like it real quick because it'll be here soon.
He's not wrong. Talladega is a 2.6 6-mile tri-oval where the draft rules all. One miscalculated move by another driver, and a 15-car pileup can erupt out of nowhere. For Elliott, it's now a battlefield where he must not only survive, but possibly win, just to keep his title hopes alive. And even if he makes it through Talladega, the final race in this round is Martinsville, a paperclip-shaped short track that's physically and mentally exhausting. While Elliott has performed well there in the past, including a 4th-place finish in March, nothing is guaranteed. He might need more than just a solid run. He might need a miracle. What's frustrating for fans is that this wasn't a driver error. Elliott didn't overshoot a corner, he didn't speed on pit road, he didn't make contact with another car. This was a team mistake, a mechanical miscue by a pit crew that had been one of the most consistent all season. That's what makes this sting even more. To understand the weight of this failure, you have to look at the broader playoff landscape. Denny Hamlin is already locked into the championship 4 after winning at Las Vegas. Kyle Larson holds a solid 35-point cushion. Christopher Bell is sitting 20 points above the line. That leaves just 1 spot realistically up for grabs, and Elliott is not the favorite to claim it. Chase Briscoe currently occupies that final transfer position, 15 points ahead of the cut. William Byron sits 15 points below, Elliott is 23 back, Logano is 24 back, and Ryan Blaney, who crashed out at Vegas, is 31 behind. It's a high-stakes game of musical chairs, and Elliott is stuck with fewer options each week. The irony? Elliott had momentum coming in. He won Kansas, he was 8th at Charlotte, he looked like he was hitting his stride at the perfect time. And then, bam, Vegas happened. One mistake by the crew, and suddenly it's all unraveling. Adding to the irony is that Elliott's crew was statistically one of the best in the sport. They had consistently delivered fast, clean pit stops throughout the season. That's what made this particular penalty so jarring. It was completely uncharacteristic. It was the equivalent of watching a seasoned quarterback fumble the snap during the Super Bowl. And in the playoffs, that kind of slip can be fatal. Beyond just rankings and penalties, this pit road miscue exposed a larger issue: how unpredictable and fragile the playoff system really is. In a format that rewards consistency and perfection, one error, even if it's not the driver's fault, can dismantle an entire season's worth of work. The NASCAR playoff system doesn't forgive. It doesn't consider intent. It deals only in results. And for Elliott, the result in Vegas could very well mean the end of his 2025 title run. And the pressure isn't just from the standings, it's from the expectations. Chase Elliott isn't just any driver. He's the 2020 Cup champion, the most popular driver in the sport for several years running, and the face of Hendrick Motorsports. When he falls short, it doesn't go unnoticed. And when it's a mistake as preventable as a loose tire, the criticism intensifies. Make no mistake, NASCAR noticed. The rules on loose tires are strict for a reason. Safety is paramount, and allowing any margin for error sets a dangerous precedent. But in this case, enforcing the rule cost one of the sport's biggest stars a shot at the title. Fans were shocked, analysts were stunned, and Elliott? He was left with nothing but frustration and a short quote that summed it all up: "Try again next week." Still, there's hope. Elliott has proven he can win under pressure. He's a two-time winner at Talladega. He has a Martinsville clock sitting on his shelf. He knows how to navigate these tracks. He's beaten the odds before and knows how to capitalize on chaos when it erupts. But it's going to take more than talent. It's going to take perfection, poise under pressure, and the kind of laser focus that defines champions in their most critical moments. The challenge now is unity. Elliott's crew has to rebound. They have to be flawless in their execution at Talladega. No mistakes, no penalties, no uncontrolled tires. One more misstep, and this playoff run ends in heartbreak. As it stands, the playoff picture is tightening. The margin for error is gone. And Elliott, once seen as a lock for Phoenix, is now an underdog. But underdogs can be dangerous, especially when they've got something to prove. The stage is set, Talladega awaits. And for Chase Elliott, the question isn't just whether he can win, it's whether he can survive. Because in this sport, surviving sometimes is the hardest part of all. So when the green flag drops at Talladega, all eyes will be on the number 9 car. Not just to see if Elliott can bounce back, but to see if the team that just got exposed can find redemption when it matters most. Because this can't be real, right? Not like this. Not for Chase Elliott. But in NASCAR, reality hits fast. And for Elliott, it just hit harder than ever.